Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Snake Doc here, and today we're going to do an unboxing, and this is a Walther. This is a used Walther, and obviously you know what it is by clicking on my video title, so let's open it up and take a peek. So here it is. We have a CCP here. This is not an M2, this is the original. But this is a post-recall version, and I believe they did some other updates to it. So if we look at here, on the barrel we can see BG, so this is a 2016 model. What this comes with is 3-dot sights. It actually comes with 3 different front sights in a bag. This is number 1. You can see it's marked right there, number 1. If we can get it focused, there it is. So there you can see it's marked number 1. I did my typical orange in there. These dots are really recessed, so I had to put like 4 coats of paint in there. So I did white on the rear and orange up here on the front over white. So anytime you do it, make sure you do it over white. It makes it brighter. So, what is the CCP? Well, CCP stands for Concealed Carry Pistol, and what it is a somewhat of a thin gun, not quite as thin as some of the other single stack guns in its class, but let's show you the magazine. It is a single stack. And it does hold 8 rounds. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus the one on the feed ramp would be 8. So there you go. This is 8 round. These are stainless steel, caliber 9x19. You can see made in Germany. This is a version D. So apparently there is a version E in the magazine. These run fine. I shot this today. I shot about 100 rounds through this today at the range. Should have got some range footage, but we were just too busy doing drills and stuff, so I didn't get the camera out. As you can see here, we have manual safety on one side only. Same thing with our slide release, one side only. This is a gas-delayed blowback design, similar to an HK P7 squeeze cocker. Traditional style magazine release instead of some of the European style that Walther has, like on their PPQ M1 where it's on the trigger guard and it's a lever and you have to flip it down. But it is reversible. It's not ambidextrous, so it is reversible. A very nicely contoured and aggressively textured grip. Very similar ergonomics to your PPQ. However, this texture, for whatever reason, even though visually similar, sorry I got a little dirt on here, this is more aggressive, and it really doesn't slip around as much in your hand as much as the PPQ. Front cocking serrations, rear cocking serrations. This is an adjustable rear sight. There's a new model that just came out called the CCP M2 Plus, and that is actually milled for Glock sights. So that is the difference if you see an M2 Plus, or sometimes just a plus sign. If you see the plus sign, that's what it is. They changed the slide to take Glock sights. So that opens up for a ton of different aftermarket options. Trigger is polymer, and it is serrated, as well as the front of the trigger guard here, and you do get a finger hook on there. I will say, I don't normally shoot like this, hooking that. But for whatever reason, this gun, it seems to really work well doing that, as opposed to, wrapping my hand around down here. Bringing that index finger up, it just feels right on this gun. So, like I said, I don't normally shoot that way. I did a couple times with this one today without even thinking about it. It just kind of fell there, and it worked out fine. So, like I said, this one is post-recall. So what was the recall? Well, the recall was, for some reason, certain M1 versions were not drop safe. It has a striker block safety inside here, but it was not working properly. So They did some revisions. It was a free recall. Supposedly the turnaround time is inside of 2 weeks. They pay for shipping both ways. This one already had it done. How you can tell if you've had it done is this little dot right here. So they mill this dot right here into the grip if the recall's been done on it. So if you have one that was built before 2017, whenever the recall was issued, check it out to see if you've had the recall done. If not, go on Walther's site and or just put it in your search bar, Walther CCP recall, and then follow the directions on Walther's site. Steel slide polymer frame. I got a scale here. We'll check weight here in a few minutes. Blowback design, so the barrel does not tilt. You can see here. See, the barrel does not tilt. So it is fixed down to, it's actually held in by that pin right there. And it's like a blocking system. So inside, I don't want to take this apart, otherwise they're going to demonetize me. There's a piston that is pinned onto the bottom part of the slide. The piston goes into this gas block, which is right here, into the block that actually holds your barrel and your chamber. And what that does is, while the bullet is in the barrel and there's gas pressure, it holds the barrel in lock, or it holds the slide in lockup. When the bullet exits the barrel, the pressure is relieved, and then the slide reciprocates and it picks up the next round if there is one, or it just stays open, locked on the mag follower. It does, like I said, I shot 100 rounds and I shot pretty fast. I was loading mags. It comes with 2 mags. I was loading mags and shooting. Between me and the guy that I went with, we were passing it back and forth, and it does get warm right here. However, this is a concealed carry pistol, so it's not necessarily a ranged toy. I just wanted to check for function, and it ran 100%. So there are some people who were griping. I don't know. I don't see it. This gun shot really, really well for me, and it was a joy to shoot. Another one of the advantages of this gun is for people with weaker hands and females and first-time shooters and elderly and arthritic people. The slide is very, very easy to manipulate because this is a recoil spring over the barrel design. It doesn't have a heavy spring, so they call it the soft coil system. The recoil is definitely, we shot this side by side with a P365, not an XL, the regular P365, but it did have the slight extension on the mag, a little bit bigger than that, a little bit bigger of an extension than that, and massive difference in recoil. The 365 is jumping around. It feels like it's, hopping out because you can't get your pinky on it. Whereas this, even without this, you can just barely, like I have decent sized hands and I get a nice grip on there. So for female and smaller handed shooters, it's like the perfect size. It's a little bit heavier than like your Shield and your Glock 43. That is because it has a massive block here, and then there's also a block here that holds your trigger system on it and your firing mechanism. What else comes in the box? Well, you get a Walther lock. You get this brush, and this brush is for cleaning the bore of the gas port underneath here. You get a little tool bag, and inside this tool bag is, this is the modified or upgraded takedown tool, which is required. You can use this or a flathead screwdriver, but you can see this little tab that sticks here. What that does is it catches right on this silver thing right here, and you just insert this in, hold it, lift the slide up, and it comes right off the front. It's really easy. It was way overblown by people who said, oh my God, it's so difficult to take down. It's not. You can do it in seconds. Plus, how often do you take down your gun anyway, right? It is a little bit dirtier, I will say. Here's some other front sights that it comes with. There you can see there's one right here and one right there. This pin that it comes with is to drift out. You would use a hammer and that pin, and you would knock the pin out that holds the piston on here so that you could change the front sight. and so that you can clean that piston up. I guess that's the only other reasons. It talks about it in your owner's manual, which your owner's manual is right here. So here it shows. So you use that pin and you knock out the pin that holds your piston. So this is what the piston looks like. Just kind of like a it's steel, but it's just like a machined rod with some slots on it. So here's your takedown procedure right there. You can see how it just shows you're just pushing on that latch, jam the tool in to move the striker plate out. And then also you can remove the striker plate by rotating it 90 degrees, and that will allow that whole back plate cap to come off, and then you can access everything else that you need to. So nice manual. Walther, of course, is lifetime warranty on their firearms. So that pretty much sums that up. Like I said, it ran 100% for me today. I was shooting Spear Full Metal Jacket 124 grain target ammo. I'm going to move the case out of the way, and I'm going to bring in another gun here that I want to compare it to. So we're going to compare it here to what I'm currently carrying, and this is the Mossberg MC2C. So there you can see MC2C. Remember, I put Sig Sauer sights on here. This is milled for Sig sights, so I have Sig X-ray sights on there. Red fiber optic, and then red phosphorus sight. So if you shine a light on there, hold it on there. This is my little stream light. You can see it glows. So neat sights. I love this gun. I can't believe that I'm getting 13 rounds in a gun that's this skinny. It's crazy skinny. So let's compare it here, thickness, and you can see it is definitely marginally thinner. If we line up our sights, you can see that it is just a smidgen longer, but it's got 13 rounds of 9 in it, and this is just single stack 8 rounds. Slide heights are basically the same. Bore axis is basically the same. This has a nice little beaver tail, very low bore axis guns, both of them. Recoil on this one, like I said, is very low. This one is a little bit snappy, but I think it's the texture is so aggressive in these spots that you just kind of feel that texture moving around in your hand a little bit. Very nice memory recessions right here. Go watch my video on this gun, really cool gun. Go ahead and show clear here. We got our magazine follower, and here's that flat nose trigger. Flat face trigger, brake, cycle, reset, brake. Again, internally this is a Glock. This is definitely a Glock Gen 5, or I guess 43 and up, where they have the they got rid of the trigger return spring, and it's, yeah. So very nice. Let's also compare our slide length. So here we can see the MC2C is just longer. Again, there is a MC2SC subcompact. So that is an option if that's under a ½ inch. So if that 3/8 of an inch drives you crazy, which it shouldn't. Let's go ahead. We didn't look at the trigger on this one. So safety on, trigger just goes dead, but you can manipulate it. You can also work the slide with the safety on, and that's just on the magazine follower. So we'll take that mag out and just show clear again. There you can see the table, and we'll kick that safety off, and I'll show you the trigger pull on this. So there is no really defined wall. It's just a steady pull all the way through, and then it breaks. It really feels good when you're shooting it. Because the striker action has to catch on a sear that's like way back here, you have to fully cycle the slide for it to reset. So what I'll show you a reset here. So there's a break. That's your reset right there. So very, very easy to shoot, even though looking at it in video, you might be like, oh my God, that looks like a really lousy trigger. It's not. It's not a lousy trigger at all. It's a very smooth and light trigger. It's just a longer trigger pull than you would get on a regular striker fired gun like this. Let's pull out the scale here and show weights real quick, and then we're just going to show holsters, and we'll show you what it looks like with a light on it. Here we are in ounces. So MC2C with the 13 round mag in it, 2279. So 2279. We'll put this 8 round empty mag back in here. 2243. So basically the same weight. And slimness, you know, they're going to be pretty similar in overall slimness. This one does just feel a little bit more svelte in your hand. So both would have your 3-dot. This is a 3-dot white sight arrangement. The nice thing is on this is that, you know, Sig Sauer sights fit. So this is what I usually carry this in, is outside the waistband. These are like stealth operators, but I took the belt loops off and put speed clips on it. There we can see. What's that say? Compact Phalanx Defense Systems. So this fits like tons of different guns. So this is how I normally carry my MC2C outside the waistband. And I'm just trying this with you on camera. Yep, so you can hear it snaps in nice. The CCP fits in there and draws nicely, and actually that bump looks like it's in the perfect spot for that slide release. If you want to do just a simple inside the waistband, this one has a reinforced mouth on it. You know, you could definitely do something like this and carry it like this. And what I want to show you is here we have a Olight. This is the PL Mini 2. Holy cow. PL Mini 2 Valkyrie. And the nice thing on this is that, you know, you can adjust your where the thing latches on, and then you can slide it back. So see how it's adjustable, and then you just flip your lever, lock it into place, and you would have a nice light option on there, right? So that's how it looks on the CCP. We'll go ahead and switch it over to the Mossberg. See, the Mossberg difference is it only has one slot rail. So I would have to slide that. You hook it on and then you can slide your light back, latch it down, same thing. So PL2 Mini definitely is a good light option should you find a holster that will accommodate both your pistol and the light. So what can I say? Why did I get it? Well, as you guys may know or may not know, I am a CCW instructor. So I am a USCCA concealed carry instructor. So I taught a class 2 weeks ago, and I had a woman bring a Charter Arms revolver with a concealed hammer, so double action only, no way of cocking it. She could not pull the trigger. So I had my Walther PPQ 22 there, which has super light slide, and she could, that's what she ended up shooting for the class, and she really liked it. And I said, well, you know, 22 is not really a viable option for self-defense, so they do make a gun called the CCP. So I went and looked at CCPs, and I looked at Smith & Wesson Easy 9s, and I posted a WAN ad, and I had a guy respond who had a few of these, who's also an instructor, and he said they are awesome. So we made a trade, and unfortunately my Grand Power Q100 went down the road, but I ended up with this and a little bit of cash in my pocket as well. Also, I have Craft holsters. So remember, you guys, Craft holsters, you get a discount with discount code SnakeDoc, gets you 10% off there. Stay tuned. Craft holsters is going to be sending me a holster for this to try out, as well as something for the SAR B6. So stay tuned for those. I'm going to put a link to Craft holsters in the description here. Check them out. Remember, code all caps SnakeDoc will get you 10% off there. They have belts, holsters, all kinds of cool carry gear. So I guess that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Always shoot safe.